Hello, my name is Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. Um, I decided to to separate these two videos because my other video was longer than I had planned on. But in this order that she had just filed for court, um, it states that I violated the protection order, which doesn't exist. Again, I've already talked to the courthouse. I already have the documents showing there was never ever a protection order between me and her, and I never violated anything and nothing ever. This is all a lie. Um, but in this order, she claims that on or around October 28th of 2020, we're going to go back 3 years now for a current, what's going on now in 2023. Um, she claims that I violated a protection order, sending her emails that were found to be, um, what was her wording on it? They were found to be, I was trying to intimidate her with these emails. So this is the email from that date. I'm sorry I don't want her email address on here. I don't want anybody, I'm a respectful person. I'm still trying to even be respectful to this person, um, who has done all this harm. This is the email I sent her. Obviously it's in my email. It's time and date stamped. This is the email I sent her. Now I can't read all this, and I can't read black on white, and I can make out like a first sentence and words here and there. So I'm gonna do my best to try to share this with you, and I will try to somehow make a still shot because I don't know using my camera this way. I don't have my application that I can run on my computer to do screenshots and screen recording like I was. So this is the default. I've had to default to this method to get this video out there. This is the email I sent her. I'll try to again screenshot it and edit it in here so that you can read it word for word. I can't read all this and tell you. But I mean, you start out, Angie, it's been so long since I've heard your voice or played with our children. The pain is beyond words. I made a recording that when I did, I don't know why, and I was praying for it's for this moment, right here, right now. I'd rather share it with you than anyone else. And from there, I can read the first sentences, and once I start getting into paragraphs, my eyes can't focus on the words. But through this, I mean, I will again try to get a still shot of this. You'll even see, I tell her to look into the recording and give her the timestamp. What else was I wanted to talk about this? So again, this actually shows again. Please don't make me miss another Halloween. I'm tired of missing my kids' Halloweens. This was back in 2020. I talk about Halloween repeatedly. This proves again Halloween, October. Um, there's something else I wanted to talk about in this, and I can't read it. Again, I'll just put a still shot up, and I'll ask you to pause the screen and read it for yourself. But this is what I attached in with that recording or in with that email, and included is the recording that I asked her to watch to listen in at 2 hours and 45 minutes. These are the pictures. Happiest day of my life. My children being born were the two proudest days of my life. This is the recording that I sent her, and I've already stopped in at 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I've already aired this recording once, but I'm going to air it again because this is what I sent her, and this is intimidating and harassing her apparently. Well, before I play this, I'm going to go back and finish this so you can see this. I'm going to scroll down really fast so you don't see her email. I'm trying to keep her email address out of this. But this was her response. This was the response I got back for intimidating and harassing her. In you, I found my best friend, my confidant, my lover, my inspiration, my better half, my soulmate. Today I was Today I make the most sincere promise one heart can make to another. I vow to be your constant love and support, your devoted partner in life. Now my eyes are starting to fade. I can't finish reading it. But again, I believe that is legible on the screen, and you can read what her response was. Um, Hopefully on here I've kept out the information, and that's why this tape is on here so that I could not scroll down and keep her email address out. Again, I'm trying to be respectful and do my due diligence on my part. I'll see if it'll end up playing. This is the recording that is attached to that. It was playing just a minute ago. I keep having problems with this stuff not wanting to work and working and not wanting to work. And again, it looks like it's not going to want to work. Give it a second here and see if it'll load. Maybe I have to go through and reopen it and do that again. So, I mean, I guess it does come down here. Here's the attached recording. Let's open it up. And after this, I mean, it was only I have the time and date stamp pictures from when she came back, and you can see the tears in her eyes and the sadness in her. Get us up to the 2:45 mark. Again, I record all day long, and a lot of times I gotta document what goes on in our life. Let's see this right. See if it'll play from here. This was all just working a few minutes ago, and this is what I get upset with electronics and just not wanting to work constantly. Come on, work. Let's play. There we go. I do apologize. It takes me a minute to get up there. I did try to say stuff. You didn't want to hear what I had to say. Did I say that? Yeah, you put words in my mouth over and over and over. But I'm the negative one here, right?
You can't sit and poke at people and accuse them of being a terrible parent and not have them think that's what you think. What do you think? Why don't you spit the words out of your mouth?
I already did.
What are your words?
When you look at a kid who is acting angry and violent, you look at the anger and violence he's been subject to.
Like what you do.
What did I do?
Own it.
What did I do?
You own yours because I have clearly stood up and owned mine.
You did?
For once in your life, will you just admit that you also have anger problems and have treated him in an angry way and treated me in an angry way, and that he sees that too from me, not just
a long time ago.
Will you own it? It still happens.
When?
Jason.
When was the last time it happened?
It still happens all the time. You put a dog collar in front of your face while you're sleeping, and you whip it across the room and yell, "Stop it."
I didn't whip anything across the room.
Yes, you did. You did. Own it. Say, I have a problem too.
I have a problem too. Are you happy?
Yes. Because every time you just want to point the finger at me, you refuse to also acknowledge your own problem.
Let me ask you something. Would you be angry if I sat and called you your dad's name and told you you're a worthless piece of shit like him?
You're bringing up history.
This just happened last week.
No, it didn't happen last week. It was last month.
No, it wasn't a month ago. It was when you just had our phone. The day you went to the store, the cell phone store to have our.
Yeah, that was a month ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was a month ago, Jason. I am having to pay the bill again now. It was a month ago.
We didn't even pay the bill.
And
then.
Besides the fact, sitting here and constantly bringing up the past, the poke,
because you don't want to hear about what you do. You'll take this class and all you'll do is point it at me and say, this is what you need to do, but you never look at yourself. You never sit and do the things
I'm asking
yourself.
you to do it with me, not just sit here and tell me that I need to do shit.
I've already taken the class. I've already done it. I've even told you the top 3 rules, and you told me you don't listen to none of it.
What are you talking about?
I have already
Did you sit in a class with your wife?
I said yes.
Did you sit in a class with your wife?
Actually, I did.
Have you ever sat in a class with your wife who's standing in front of you right this minute?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever sat and done anything like that with me?
No, I have not.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe we can do something different. That's what I'm asking.
Maybe until you get yourself under control and get the help that you need. Yes, because you cannot sit here and tell me that you're going to sit here and abuse me the way you have. You're pushing me, shoving me, you've hit me, you've thrown stuff at me, you cuss at me, you call me by my dad's name, tell me I'm a worthless fucking parent, I'm a worthless piece of shit, I do nothing for my kids. Have I ever said anything like that to you? Ever. But I'm supposed to be happy. Flip my switch and just...
Then why are we even here?
Well, you said this is what you wanted.
Why did you even come here?
Because I'm
Why did you even drag me here?
I didn't drag you here. Remember, you were going to leave me if I didn't do this. You went to a therapist with me, the psychologist, and told him he's just a stupid fucking psychologist because I wouldn't leave my son to come do this. Remember that?
What are you talking about?
You
What kind of history are you pulling out of your ass right now, Jason?
You don't remember doing that. We sat right in our driveway while
Jason,
your mom
I don't keep a fucking log like you do. You're like this.
You don't remember any
Here's
of this
one.
stuff.
Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one.
Because
Okay, here. Guess what? I believe in God, but I don't believe in forgiveness. I don't believe in forgiveness. Nope. I'm gonna keep doing this.
Still happens
I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this. Okay, now. Okay, I'm gonna do this some more.
Will you stop it? You want to tell everybody else to own it, but you won't even own your own.
I have owned my shit so many times over and over and over and over and over and over. Jason, I don't know. I don't
acting
sit
like
here.
That, you wouldn't have to keep owning it.
I don't sit here and continue to
You're
bring up
tell me it's okay to hit our children. No, it's not.
The past.
That is one of the things you'll probably learn in that class. But you don't want to hear it from me because I'm not.
Keep attacking me.
But that was the past, even though it just happened today. I have been physically and verbally abused by you for the past 2 years, and it still continues to happen, but bring up the past, because the past isn't the past till it ends. It's never ended. You were just hitting me and pushing me and charged me and shoved me in the yard over there just a few weeks ago. That should never happen. But yet it's been going on for 2 years. And I don't know how to make you stop, because I try to put my arms out, say I love you, give me a hug, and you just grind your teeth and scream at me to get away from you. You even just said right before all of this happened today, this afternoon at dinner time, that you have an anger, that you were feeling.
You want to have an adult dialogue?
That is an adult dialogue. It's just not what you want to hear.
It doesn't work like this. You fuck up all the time. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, you do that. You. That's not how it works. Maybe an I statement like, I realize that it is not a good environment that we have here. It hasn't been a good environment, and we've been working on it. I acknowledge that. I recognize that. I recognize that every month I am going through a cycle that I have no control over right now. And I don't have the right medicine or the right hormones or shut your lips and listen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do you hear what I'm saying though?
Mm-hmm.
I realize I have that problem. I've been very honest with you for months about this problem.
You don't realize that
I understand how you feel about this problem. But I also am asking, as your wife, my husband, to give me some grace and to forgive the times that you have been wronged, just as I have forgiven you the times that you have wronged me.
Well, instead of forgiving, I fear that it's going to happen again at any minute.
I
because it does.
Believe that forgiveness and grace would go volumes. Because when a husband and a wife keep a record of wrongs, that never ends well. When a husband and a wife want to keep pulling from ancient history to hurt one another, it doesn't end well. And that's not forgiveness. And that's not grace. And it's not love, right?
I don't know. It's hard to get over a past when it still continues to happen. And
I'm a human being. I'm a broken human being who's suffering. As your wife, I have said this to you. You have said this to me. You are a broken human being who has been wounded and is suffering. Are you not?
Yes,
so we are two broken human beings, wounded, suffering, trying to do the right thing by each other and our family. And guess what? I fuck it up. You fuck it up. I try to do my best. I pray for help. I try to get help. I'm making the right decisions to try to do things different. I'm not out doing drugs. I'm not out fucking around. I'm not out getting drunk. I'm not doing coping mechanisms that I used to do, which you don't even grasp. And instead, I get persecution from you when I'm experiencing this. There's no grace. There's no response of, honey, I understand that you're in this cycle time. Just go be. Instead, you get all in a frenzy. So it doesn't work if we're both in a frenzy.
No, that's why I walk away. But you don't.
But I need to walk away.
But you don't. You follow me. Going on and on.
You walk away makes me feel abandoned. Like fuck her. No, fuck them. I need to walk away. Then do it. I can't. You don't allow it.
I tried walking away and you followed me.
You walked away. I didn't
then
get
how do I
to.
get you to walk away? How? What am I? I've tried everything.
I tell you, I need time when I'm having this. I need to be away. I need to be away. Until I get in to see this doctor, I've been telling you this for months. I need to get in to see the doctor.
I feel like I want you to leave me because that's not what it is. I just want to stop the anger.
You can't stop the anger with anger, right?
That's why when was the last time I was angry? I keep my mouth shut.
You were just angry in there earlier. Don't lie about it. Say you were frustrated, you were irritated, whatever frustrated. You were. Okay, but that fled into me, and I had just minutes before said, I'm feeling really edgy right now. I verbalized to you, I'm feeling really edgy right now, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And I told you days ago, my cycle is getting ready to start. I'm trying to communicate with you about this is what's happening with me in this time period. It's no different than when you had your ileostomy and you were up and you were down and you were back and you were forth and you were, it's the same thing. I'm not an awful fucking evil bitch.
That is why I'm here, because I know you're not.
But to sit here and bring up history, that's not forgiveness. You can't look at your wife in the face and say, I love you and I forgive you. And I know that wasn't what you didn't mean those things. And I apologize for hurting you. And when you say you accept an apology, that means you accept and you let it go. Anybody that apologizes to me, it means I accept it and I forgive you. There is something you have to understand. It's not a matter of forgiveness, what I'm saying. If you want to understand a kid who's acting out in anger and acting out in violence, he has seen an awful lot of it. From both of us. Yes. Okay. Because that's the part that edges me too, is that you're like, you're fucking crazy, bitch. No. You've been half-cocked yourself for quite some time, sir. Actually, for quite some time, I've been the calmest I've ever been in my entire life. I'm saying his whole life, it's not just been me. No, it hasn't. Okay. But I stopped. No, you haven't. You still react the same way when you're pissed off. Don't even say that you don't, because you do. But if you want to know what's wrong with them, that's it. And we can't look pointing fingers at me. I didn't. That wasn't a point at you. It was the whole entire circle of what we just talked about. There's nothing wrong with him. The issue is his parents. That's what I just said. It's us. Okay? So until he stops seeing the anger and stops seeing the violence, he's going to continue. Right. And I can't control you. And you can't control me. We can only have control over ourselves. So how does that get fixed? Stop. It doesn't work like that. You don't just go stop. It doesn't work like that. I need help. You need help. We need help collectively. I mean, months ago, we were supposed to be doing this marriage counseling thing all along together. And we haven't. Instead, the world went to shit and we clung to each other in fear. But that's not going to keep us. I didn't quit my counseling. I'm not pointing the fingers at you. I said we did not do marriage counseling, didn't I? I didn't say. And Dr. Close is willing to do that. Well, we can't do that down there. We don't live in Ohio anymore. He doesn't take our insurance. We don't know that he doesn't take our insurance. Well, call and ask him then. You haven't raised any olive branch to me about any of this to say, honey, would you come and have a meeting with me with him? Nothing.
Yes, I have, and so is he.
Months ago.
And did it follow? You're the one who has to follow through when other people say.
We did. And then everything went to shit, and I wasn't leaving the house. You weren't even going.
I did it over the phone every single week.
I realize you did. But you didn't ask me to do it on the phone with you. Because had you, I would have done it. This is a communication breakdown again. Because walking away from each other and going to bed and not talking about it doesn't solve the same issues that we've had all along. And now you just told me that you're only here because of me. So now there's a whole other layer of shit that you have inside that you're not even telling me.
What are you talking about?
You just said the only reason I'm here is because of me.
Yes, you are the only reason I'm here. You and our children. Doesn't mean this isn't where I want to be. I am here, standing here right now because of you and our children. Because I love you all. Wasn't for the three of you, I don't know where I'd be.
All right, I think that's just enough of that right now. And in this recording, a couple things I want to touch on. You can hear I don't push her when she starts talking about seeing the counselor. The counselor reached out to her. I reached out to her. I was doing my appointments. We're both at home every single week. She's the one who has to follow through. I know there were some other things I wanted to touch on that was in here while I was sitting here listening to it play, but I'm gonna keep this short and edit here. This was the recording that I sent her, and you saw the response that I got back. Part of me doing this is sharing awareness and trying to get awareness and share what it's like to be a victim of all this abuse with children involved, especially, and what's done to all of us, and what it continues to do. Um, I head's clouded. I'm so full of emotion and feelings and hurting so bad, and my head just keeps getting clouded. This is all terribly wrong. That's part of what I'm here to share what it's like to be a victim through all this. Nobody can listen to. I have at least 3 years of what goes on in our daily life recorded. I can't go through it all. I had to live it, and it was worse. Bad enough having to live it, and worse to have to relive it and go through all this again. And even worse for the system to not want to do their jobs and pay attention and look at it. Well, the Supreme Court said that they're willing to look at it and take my channel for evidence. If what I was doing was illegal, I wouldn't be submitting it to the Supreme Court, nor would it be allowed on YouTube, since YouTube analyzes this and has to authorize it before they air it themselves. I just want it to all stop.